to my channel. Happy 4th of July. So today I'm going to be decorating my room for the 4th of July. Now I purchased this tree, I want to say at Home Depot several months ago online. I believe that's where I got it from. And I'm just fluffing the branches up, doing that. And then, I got those half circle things from Grandin Road this year. And just sort of putting them up there. I didn't realize that one side of my window is longer than the other, like the wall part there, until I put those flags up, because I was so confused. I'm like, I swear they're in the center. And then I was like, Landon, the one side is not as long as the other, so it took me a minute to get that figured out. But anyway, got that situation figured out, thank God. So yeah, I just hung those with command hooks, but I ended up having to go back through and putting some nails in because, y'all, I don't have the best luck with commands. Like, maybe I don't let them sit long enough because I'm impatient or something and I'm just trying to get stuff up quick. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do I rush through or what? Let me know. So now I'm hanging that disco ball that I've used for Christmas, Easter, and now the 4th of July, and I just ordered those spinners. They're the same ones I used for Easter, actually, in my light and over in the other corner. Oh, and that garland I saw in the background of the ad for the tree, so I searched the internet trying to find it, and I found it, thank gosh. So now I can have matching garland, and I just felt like it needed something on the top to sort of buffer that there. And I am now adding in that blue, wingback chair. I love that chair so much, but I can only use it for the 4th of July because it doesn't match anything else. Oh, sorry, I'm taking a break. But anyway, I love the chair. I love it next to the tree. So I thought that I would do this tree like simple and just let the tree be the statement piece in that area. But I don't know why I thought that, because I can never let anything just be simple for some reason. Like, everything just has to be like busy. Yeah, I don't know why, but anyway. I just added those red balls in that are actually for Christmas, and those other little metal garden stake things. I'd ordered those on Amazon, the Statue of Liberty and the Little Uncle Sam. Oh, and the cute little boom and bang metal things at the bottom are Round Top Collection. All the ribbons from Hobby Lobby, the bow on the top's from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just adding some picks and stuff into the tree. Oh, and those stars that I'm putting along the top, those 3 are from At Home this year. Honestly, I'm surprised they're still up because I hung them with commands. And I put those red poles over there that I have used for Christmas and Easter, and now I'm using for 4th of July. And these fans, these paper fans I got at Hobby Lobby this year. When I bought them, I wasn't sure what I was going to use them for, but I'm glad that I did because I love them where they are and they just fill in the space well. And then I'm also hanging some little rockets or fireworks that I purchased at Hobby Lobby through there just to sort of add to that a bit more. And I'm just using fishing line to hang all this up and to tie my stuff in the trees. That's what I use. I go through so much fishing line. So now in the chair, I love to tell a story through my decorating. So my thought behind this theme was Uncle Sam lives here and he might be getting ready for a party, or I don't know. So I ended up bedazzling him. But I'm making that arrangement, that Mackenzie-Childs vase over there. So anyway, I was bedazzling that Uncle Sam, and then I was like, I want it to look like he's like holding crystals, like he was maybe decorating the tree or doing something, and he just sat down and was taking a break. So he's got his crystals in his hand, his coat jacket's all bedazzled, and he's ready to go. And I actually ended up adding those green puffball picks in the tree in that arrangement over there. I thought they gave it a nice pop of color. The light. I dreaded doing this light for some reason. I couldn't get those. I knew those were the perfect thing to use, but I couldn't get them up there. And then once I got them up there, I didn't like it for some reason. Like the first night I put those up there, the next morning, half of them were in my bed, I swear. Because for some reason I did tape. Because the fishing line, it was hard for me to tie the fishing line with that particular pick because of the strings that are already on it. It was getting all wrapped up, so I couldn't really do it. So I ended up zip tying them up there, and I didn't like how that looked. It was just weird. Like, it looked like it was really branchy and just straight, pokey. It didn't look naturally how a firework would look as if it was exploding. And it wasn't that full up there. I like it to be full where you can't really see much of the light. So it actually took me maybe a day or two to get this finally figured out. See, that's just terrible. Oh my gosh. So this, I think, is the next day. I ended up just pointing the ends up of straight up. It helped fill it in, and it didn't look like it was so just pokey and straight. I don't know how to explain how it looked. I was just not a fan of it. And if I do not like something, oh my goodness, I'll perfect it and change it until I like it. Because I feel like I put so much work into it not to like it. And I just added those little streamers down to make it look like the firework was going up. And now I'm hanging those stars from the light up to the ceiling. I ordered those on Amazon. They're just paper stars, nothing really special, but I loved the look they gave it. They filled the ceiling up and it just made it look like a huge firework was exploding. So now I'm hanging these long flags that I purchased from Grandin Road as well this year. Yet again, I have another issue. They were so hard to get measured correctly because I'm doing two, one on each side, and I thought I could eyeball it for some reason. Yeah, I had to take them down because one was in and one was out, and they just were not lining up, so I had to get my mom to help me measure this out and get them put up the correct way. Because it was hard for one person to hold it up and measure it and put the hooks up, so yes, I do need some assistance sometimes. And it was hard for me to get them to stay up on the wall too in the back. I ended up putting these big crystals that I have for Christmas on the flag, like where I've connected it to the wall that sort of hang down. I really like them there, and they help hold that flag to the wall. So yes, there's my mom helping me. So now I'm doing the dresser. One of my good friends has given me that Uncle Sam statue. I love him. He sort of has a mad expression on his face. I don't know why, but he is what he is. I love him so much. I've originally thought I was going to put him on that rotating base, but I ended up not liking him there. And I thought I was going to put both of those Mark Robert pieces there, but they wouldn't fit right. So I ended up putting those on each end on rotating bases, Mark Roberts rotating bases. And then that garland is from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago, and I just ran red, white, and blue lights through it. Oh my goodness, those little Uncle Sam pieces that I had up there a second ago are so old. Oh, and those taller ones are Bethany Lowe. I don't know where I took those down. Oh, I was going to put them on each end. That's what I ended up doing. Those are Bethany Lowe on each end. Those little jars are Bethany Lowe. Those other stars on each end are from Target a couple years ago. Those two little pieces, the Miss Uncle Sam and the Mister on each end, the small ones are, gosh, probably 12 years old. I got those from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. And I love to put crystals on everything. So I'm putting crystals around on the bases and through it. I just think it makes it sparkle. And if you can't tell, I just love everything to shine and shimmer, and I don't know. I just love it. So that's pretty much how the dresser looked, except I'm sorry, I did not record myself putting the crystals on the flag, but you'll see them in the end. So now we are working on that built-in shelf above my desk. I did not honestly have any idea what I wanted to do in the room for 4th of July this year. I was just sort of winging it as I was going, and usually I have some sort of idea of what I want to do. Oh, I love that brown eagle. I just got him over spring break when we went snow skiing. So just sort of moving that stuff around. And let me know what is y'all's favorite piece or section of the room. I always ask people that when they come and look at it in person, and I always like to hear everybody's different opinions on it. And what is your favorite holiday I've decorated for so far as well? I think for me, it's definitely Christmas. I mean, it's just Christmas. It's always going to be number one. But my second is probably Easter. And I got that tall Uncle Sam from At Home this year. And those little Uncle Sams sitting up in the top shelf next to Statue of Liberty, those are Bethany Lowe. And the other Uncle Sam in that top shelf by the flag pictures, Bethany Lowe as well. That Liberty sign, I want to say I got from Michael's or something a couple years ago down by the red candles. And those 3 stars are Round Top Collection as well. And I'm just hanging that flag garland that I got at Hobby Lobby this year along the bottom of the shelf, and I had it up on the top, but I ended up raising it because my vent for my air conditioner is right there, and it kept blowing on it, and at night it was making too much noise for me, so I had to move it up. And I actually used that crystal garland that I had up for Christmas and Easter. I put it over here. I did not record myself doing it. I know it's bad. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm kind of just ready to get this done. But, so yeah, I'm raising that, and that's where I ended up putting that garland, is hanging under that. You'll see in the end how that looks when I do the final walkthrough. And that USA wreath is also from At Home this year. That's up in the cabinet by that Statue of Liberty. Those Round Top Collection Uncle Sam's. Didn't quite figure out where I wanted those. So now we're over here by my bathroom. Now this area, oh my gosh, honestly, you guys, I'm just winging this. But it turned out to be pretty good. And I think it might be my favorite area of the room. I don't know. I love that Statue of Liberty. I got her a couple years ago, and I just used that garden arch above her that I got for Easter that I used over in the window area. But I wanted stuff hanging like down around her, and I couldn't quite figure out how to do it because I didn't want to have to mount it all to the ceiling. So I was like, oh, I'll just hang it all from that. And I'm just using those white trees that I've used for Christmas and Easter, and now I'm using for 4th of July. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to put on that garden arch. I'm not gonna lie, those lights are definitely interesting. They're white wire, red, white, and blue lights, but it looks good when they're done because you don't really see them that much. You just sort of see the color. Oh, and I love those disco balls there. They reflect the red, white, and blue lights. Oh, and that heart I got from Rhinestone Angel. I think I've talked about them in every video because I shop there so much. I love them. If you're ever near the Austin, Texas area, definitely go there. Yeah, so I'm using those red poles that I've used for several holidays now as well. If you can't tell, I sort of like to recycle things through the holidays, and repurpose them in different ways. That America banner is from At Home this year as well. The USA and the bows are from at home as well too. I wanted them to go all the way up to the ceiling, but I couldn't get them that high because that was pushed up to the wall and the crown molding is too thick for me to get it up around it. So that's just how they are. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but now once it's all done, I'm okay with it. I'm just hanging more of those rockets that I got from Hobby Lobby. Those I've actually used for several holidays now, those pick lights that flash like fireworks. I wanted it to look like fireworks was sort of going off around the Statue of Liberty, like, you know, when you're in New York City and they're doing the fireworks show. I just sort of wanted it to feel like that. So I put those on each side with the disco balls. It sort of gives it that flashing look. And I just added in those picks that I got from Hobby Lobby that I also used up in the light, just a couple around that, to give it more of that firework explosion look. Let me know also, what is y'all's favorite holiday to decorate for? And also, do you like the layout of the videos? Do you feel they're too long, too short? Do you like the time lapses? Do you want me to talk as I'm decorating? I just feel like this way it's a quick way for me to record because this takes me days to do. So I feel like it condenses it quite well. Just let me know how you feel about it. So this flag is actually supposed to go outside, and I had my dad reconfigure it so I could mount it on my wall. My grandma got it for me a couple years ago for Christmas, and I saw it and I was like, that would just be perfect somewhere in the room. And I was like, oh, it's got to go above the bed. It's cool. It has lights in it and it flashes to make it look like the flag is waving. It's hard to tell in the time lapse because it's going so quick, but in the end part of the video, you'll see it going slow. It looks so cool, and it really adds that statement to the room. So now I'm working on my little nightstand over there by my bed over there. Putting that LM up. I did not leave that Uncle Sam there. Yeah, things are never permanent in my room. You can always it'll always be moving. But oh my goodness, I fell in love with these. I think it's like $1.25, but when Rhinestone Angel was in Dallas Market, they posted these on their Instagram, and I fell in love with them. And I messaged them and I was like, you have to let me know when you get these in. And they did, sure enough, and I rushed over there and bought them. But I love them so much. Thank y'all so much. These might be my 2 favorite pieces for the 4th of July this year. For some reason, I thought I was going to put that Uncle Sam there. No, I did not like him there. Oh, and I just covered that Mark Roberts rotating base in that flag garland and just put those on top of it. So now I am painting that little green column thing that I got from Hobby Lobby. I got it white and then I painted it green for Easter. Now I'm painting it blue for 4th of July because those Uncle Sams that were in front of my bed right there, I felt like they were too short and they needed to be raised up a little bit. So I already had one painted blue. So painted the other one blue, and it was so annoying because they're hollow on the bottom. So I had to glue paint stir sticks across the bottom of them to get them to stand on top of the column correctly.